Abojo, the Kanastuk, Mizanigijik, and Dijinikas. Kego Doden. I say miigwech to all of you for being here. I am honored to be in your presence, particularly those of you who are graduating here today. I am honored to share this day with you. We are forever connected now, you and I, because we have graduated on the same day. I am also appreciative of all of you who are here in support of these graduates, and thank you to the university, Mr. President, Mr. Chancellor, and all of the faculty members who are here for bestowing upon me this honorary degree, which I have been asked to accept and willingly do so, in recognition not necessarily of my achievements, but in recognition of yours. I want to acknowledge, as has already been done, all of those who have contributed to the success that you have enjoyed here at this university, graduates, that have led to this day for you. But I want you also to think about one very important question. Now what? And I'm not asking you to think about the university debts that you've got to probably accumulated. I'm not asking you to think about those job interviews you have to line up for. I'm asking you to think about the little ones in your life, your children, your nieces, your nephews, all of the small people in your lives who follow you, who are looking up to you now, who are also acknowledging what it is that you have done. And ask yourself this question: what can I do for them? What can I do with what I have learned here today for them? Because at essence, that is why these days are important. This is not so much a day of accomplishment as it is a day of beginning. This is not so much a day of our success as it is a day for our potential to begin to be achieved. Because you now are going to be called upon to change this world or to keep it from changing. Because we have a lot to do. Those of you who are graduating with environmental degrees, who are working in the field of environmental sciences, know the challenges that we face in this day and age. As lawyers, we know the importance and the challenges that we face in trying to protect the environment through laws, of the growing field of the rights of nature, the rights of the environment, of the legal question of whether we give status to objects of nature as some see it, such as rivers and mountains and fields and trees, and what is our responsibility for them. But do not think of it as what is our responsibility to nature so much as what is our responsibility to life. What is our responsibility to those children who are going to be challenged by the environmental changes that we ourselves are making today? Because we have a lot of work to do. Each of us who grows up in this society have been challenged by the things that we have learned and the things that we have not learned. You have heard about some of the work that I was involved in with residential schools, and the fact that so many young Indigenous children, some as young as the age of 4 or 5, were taken away from their families, not because their families had done anything wrong, but because the government wanted to change them. The government wanted them to become like them. The government wanted them to give up their identity, to lose their sense of self. And they were successful in many ways with many people. So large was that success, in fact, that we now have the highest suicide rates in the world among our youth, not because they suffer from great amounts of mental health issues, but because they do not have hope. They have lost their ability to find out who they are. As young people, we grow up trying to find the answers to 4 very important questions. Where do I come from? Where am I going? Why am I here? And who am I? And if we do not find the answers to those questions, we do not have hope. We lose our sense of direction. We lose our way. And once you have lost your way, you have lost your belief in life. And we cannot afford to lose that belief in life, just as you cannot afford to lose your belief in what you have learned. You must now build upon it. And let me tell you a secret. Not everything that you have been told is right. Not everything that you have learned is all there is to know. You now have to begin to live life. You now have to begin to put into practice some of those things that you know inherently is the right thing to do using the information that you have gathered. And that is your challenge. When I went to law school, I studied the same laws. I studied in the same way. I wrote the same exams as every other law graduate who graduated with me, who graduated before me, and who has graduated since. But I have done something different with that. And I challenge each of you to do something different with what it is that you have been given. I ask you to take care of the earth. I ask you to take care of the water. I ask you, not for me, but for your children, for your nieces, for your nephews, for those who have yet to come, because we have to leave them something that is better than what we have inherited. That is our single most important responsibility. So thank you for letting me share this day with you. And thank you for doing what it is that you are going to do. Miigwech.